Hi guys, thank you for being here. I know that I have been MIA for the past few days, but it's because it's been a holiday and I've had company and I just didn't want to neglect anybody, make them feel neglected. I also had a lot of readings to get through for you guys, private readings, personal readings, so I wanted to make sure that I took care of those as well. So I am done with the last of the private readings. If you want a private reading, do email me. It's tarot.goddess@yahoo.com and I can get you on schedule, okay? So I've had a lot of emails and a lot of comments here, questions about things, so I'm just going to try to get through some of those questions today. The first questions that I'm going to ask are about Meghan Markle and Epstein. I know I said I didn't want to get too far into that, and that is still true, but I will do a couple and just see what comes out, okay? I've got all of my decks here. I have already connected to my guide, so I'm just going to shuffle and then get started. How are you all? I hope that you're having a great day, great week. If you live in the US, I hope your Thanksgiving was wonderful, or Friendsgiving if you did that instead. So the first thing that we're wanting to know is Ace of Pentacles came out right off the bat, and I'm just going to keep it out. I haven't asked the question yet, but did Meghan Markle and Prince Andrew know each other before she married Harry? Did they know, or were they aware of each other? So we have Nine of Swords, Page of Swords, and the Lovers, guys. That's a yes. That's a certainly yes. That's things being hidden, kept in the dark. Communication, money exchanging hands on this one card. The Lovers could refer to Meghan and Harry, could refer to Meghan and Andrew. High Priestess, yes. And this refers to something that you guys were asking me also about Meghan and her magic and things. So the Ace of Pentacles came out before I even asked a question. This is an interesting visual on this particular deck, is why I wanted to keep it out and show you. It's a rabbit, which is a cute, furry pet, right? And it's got a collar on, which means that it's owned by someone. It's been purchased by someone. And on that collar hangs a pentacle, a coin, the money. Someone has been purchased, okay? And what's interesting is just the way in this card that this message comes out is that someone was somebody's pet, someone was treated as a pet, someone was owned by someone, okay? I almost feel like branded. Someone may have been branded, but it feels like a yes. And then the other thing I wanted to say is, you know, doing it like rabbits is what I thought of when this card came out. I didn't even ask the question yet. I just had mentioned Meghan and Epstein, and that came out. Okay, so then we have the Nine of Swords, which is also an interesting illustration in this deck. It's a, look, it's like a fox, and the essence of this fox is sort of bleeding, running down. Whenever I have a nighttime card and the moon, I think that there are things that are hidden. There are things that are done in secret, okay? And then the fox is known for being very cunning, right? So that feels like deception, illusion to me. Then Page of Swords. Page of Swords is interesting in this deck because he's got messages, they're letters being strewn about by the wind there. Almost like he had a messenger bag and he dropped it or forgot it. He looks lost in thought. He's supposed to be bringing a message to someone or communicating. This can be a phone call, a text message, an email, or an outright in-person communication, but the letters are lost. Perhaps he's almost making like an oopsie, so perhaps he has information and he's allowing it to be thrown to the wind at this time. This looks like dollar bills to me as well. Payment for information. Okay, there's a lot of possibilities there, but it certainly is interesting. The Lover's card is what came out next. We know what the Lover's card means, right? At its very basic level, it just means lovers. It means that they were lovers, okay? It can mean twin flame. It can mean soulmate. It refers to relationships of any kind. Could be even friendships, right? But when you're asking if someone was acquainted with someone and the Lover's card comes out, it's not just a yes. It's an intimate relationship, and I don't mean sexual there. I just mean close friends or someone that you hung out with for a certain period of time, they certainly do have ties. This is someone you would recognize if you saw them at a party in 5 years. You'd be like, oh, hey, so-and-so. You know, this is somebody that you hang out with all the time. This is someone you are familiar with, you are comfortable with, okay? So even if there wasn't anything sexual between them, I do feel like they knew each other really well. And they would have had to, hypothetically, pretend not to know each other if the story was that they had never met. And then we have the High Priestess. So this is intuition, but in this deck, again, she is a medicine woman. She is a witch, and I don't say that in a negative way. She would be someone who, there's a pagan look to her. Okay, do you see the horns on the head looks like made from tree branches or antlers. She's got adornments around her neck. She's holding flowers. There's a lot of symbols and symbology in this card that would indicate someone who does cast spells or do some work of that kind, probably in a pagan sense. This is the kind of spell work that would have been in the woods, to do with the ocean, anything to do with the earth and the natural elements there. Okay, very, very interesting. I'm going to move on to the next question. I do want to know you guys' insights. If you and so many of you are so what's the word I'm looking for? Well versed in tarot. I love hearing about what you think about the cards that you see. I do want to say too, the Page of Wands, the Page of Swords that came out, that can be a person who is standing against a very strong headwind. So that would indicate somebody who is defiant energy, possibly, who is a strong communicator and a debater with a sharp tongue. Sharp tongue is what comes out there. So going on what we know, or what we think that we know about the personalities involved, that was certainly seemed to fit. Okay. Was Prince Andrew aware of Jeffrey Epstein's crimes? Was he aware of the underage girls? Was he involved? What can you tell me about that? Was Prince Andrew aware that Jeffrey Epstein was a pedophile? Was Prince Andrew aware? Queen of Pentacles. Ten of Wands in reverse, wanting to release that burden. Yeah, so it feels like a yes. I just want to, because the first card that comes out, the Queen of Pentacles in this deck, feels like Strength in reverse. Could be Megan, could be just, I just don't have. Okay, it feels like someone who was possibly shocked at first to see these things. You see this shocked look on her face? And she's holding this little one as if to protect it, okay? I don't know that Andrew engaged in any of the illicit activity. He might have, not been comfortable with that. But notice this person is wearing a crown. So there's a royal element there, which I feel like is confirmation. Then we have the Ten of Wands. In the upright, this is a burden, right? Or being too much to carry. But you see how this is a young girl. And again, I mentioned in the last set of cards, the branding, and there's a mark here on her. This is in reverse. So either he was not aware or he was not aware of the depth of it. It feels like, I don't believe that he was completely unaware, but I think that he thought he was there for sex and drugs and rock and roll, but not the children aspect of it. I don't feel like either he didn't know about that or he was very, very not comfortable with that. That just feels like hands up. No, I'm not even gonna carry that for you, because I do get this very shocked energy from the first card. Then we have the Strength in reverse. So in the upright, this can be Megan's card because she's a Leo, but this is a lion and a woman by the lion, and there's water that looks like ocean, and there are arrows that look like Cupid's arrows, and there are like rose petals and stuff. So In the reverse, I don't know if this possibly means that Andrew didn't have the strength to say something. He didn't feel like he could say something to Epstein. Maybe Epstein, you know, had information on him, or Megan had information on him. He doesn't feel like he can speak out against those things. This could also represent Megan's comments recently. I'm going to clarify the strength in reverse. What is this strength in reverse card? Clarify the strength card in reverse for me, please. What else can you tell me about this strength in reverse? Who is this, or what else can you tell me? Oh, okay, well those two wanted to fly out. It's not two, it's three. We'll see what we have. Ace of Swords in reverse, Justice, and the Star card. And this is to do with Megan. So that lets me know that the strength card in reverse is Megan. I have Ace of Swords, but it's in the reverse. So in the upright, this is truth and justice, right? This actually feels like a very patriotic American, because you got the eagle, but it's also got the crown on. So this is very much an indicator that the strength card in reverse, this is Megan, okay? It's in the reverse, so it's also not telling the truth, okay? Then we have Justice. Again, a major sword, a truth communication, like very loud and clear. And the Star card has to do with healing and nourishment, but can also be about celebrity. I feel that this is about Megan wanting to appear a certain way, okay? So she's not telling the truth about what went on or what she knew, because she wants to be seen as a fair and balanced. She already feels, she wants to be seen as somebody who's for justice, okay? Who wants, you know, oh, these awful people, these perpetrators, they should be put in prison. It's about her image right now. It's about her image. Clarify this Ten of Wands for me, please. What is this Ten of Wands? And yes, I did switch decks. Sometimes I do that to clarify. What is this Ten of Wands about, please? Thank you. King of Pentacles. Yeah. So Andrew didn't, I think he was always aware of losing his fortune. And some people say, well, he didn't really, like, he lives on this whole other planet because he was raised a different way and he's always had privilege, so he doesn't even understand the ramifications. And, you know, I get why you're saying that, but I really think that he was aware the whole time of where he comes from, of all the things that he could lose. I just don't think that he was willing to go this route, okay? Everybody has limits, and that was his limit, I feel like. Okay, and clarify these cards for Megan for me, particularly the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Justice card. What else can you tell me about these cards for Megan, please? A lot of communication cards out. What else can you tell me, please, about the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Justice card? Thank you. King of Cups, which a lot of times in these readings represents William, but we'll see what else comes out. Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups can be, and it came out under Justice, that's where I put it anyway, can represent your subconscious or surprise, something coming to you through a surprise means, surprising someone with information, a change in perspective, magical means even. This may be something that just kind of fell in Megan's lap. This justice thing, this, I feel like it's information. I feel like there's something that she's holding over, possibly the royal family, and it fell in her lap. This was a gift. Somebody handed her this information, and now she's got it. And that someone could have been Harry, I don't know. So the Ace of Swords in reverse, not wanting to tell the truth, has to do with Prince William, or with just wanting to keep a lid on things at this time. This is somebody who's very in control of their emotions, someone who is emotionally mature, who knows when to respond emotionally and when to respond practically. I feel this is about the monarchy, though. I'm feeling very strongly that this has to do with the monarchy because all of the symbols are sort of pointing that way, and this eagle does have a crown on. I wonder if she's, if it's not at this time, if it's, I'm waiting for the king to be crowned before I come out with this information. And then once, you know, because justice means different things to different people. And even people who are doing wrong, a lot of times believe that they're doing right or what is right. And if there is, like we've talked about before, any kind of narcissism involved here, then Megan's waiting for a proper time to be like this fish popping out of the cup and say, oh, hey, by the way, did you know that, you know, this and this and this happened? And I think that she's waiting for the proper time in order to get justice. What justice feels like revenge in this case. Because she still wants to be a star. She's determined. Okay. Tell me what you saw there in that one, because it was a bit of a difficult read for me. And in the next reading that I do, I will be reading on William and Kate. And please like this video, comment down below what you saw that I didn't. That one, especially with that last bit, was a little bit difficult for me. I felt kind of resistance in my chest, and that could just be me. I just really don't want to read on things that are really heinous crimes. I don't want to damage my own energy, my own spirit, or yours with that kind of energy. But if you have insights, I welcome those. And thank you for being here. I love you so much. And I will see you with the next reading that we do. And it'll be on William and Kate. I will try to get that out today as well. And then we do have to talk about the giveaway. I have not forgotten. I will talk about that on the next video also. I love you guys so much. Bye-bye.